Okay, hi everybody, it's Dara, and I want to talk to us because when I say I'm talking to you or with you, any advice that I say or things that I come up with usually are coming from up there through me, or they're coming from me, but it's something that I need to hear as well. So I'm not talking to you as much as with you and for myself. I noticed something today, and I want to talk about the subject of moving energy. I've been told that I am one of the best and fastest energy movers there is. And what does that mean? When energy gets stuck, or it's sad, or there's anger, or there's something that doesn't feel well in our bodies, in our minds, in our hearts, when we get depressed, we feel sad, we feel angry. A lot of times, a lot of people in our culture, most times, oftentimes, will numb with food, alcohol, sex, shopping. There's a zillion ways, TV, we can distract ourselves and numb ourselves. And when we start to eat a raw food diet and we adopt this lifestyle, and hopefully we attend to it like I do as a celebration because it's gorgeous, you know, this is my life, we start to get cleaner, and we start to have emotions that were in us start to bubble up. It's another version of a detox symptom. It's no different than a fever and a headache. If an emotional thing that's been lodged somewhere in our body starts to come up, it's not pleasant, but the only way through it is through it. And I find that, and sometimes they come from within, you know, sometimes these bad feelings are in us from a long time ago, and sometimes we're triggered by something that seems like something's happening to us. But it's like this orange, or that pepper I just stepped on. Okay, this pepper. If I crush this pepper, what's coming out? Pepper smell, pepper scent, the nutrients of the pepper, the seeds of the pepper. If I crush this orange, what comes out? Orange juice. If somebody pokes me and I'm angry, anger is going to come out. If somebody pokes me and I'm sad, sadness might come out. But if I'm happy and I'm content and I'm at peace and I'm clean, then outside stimulus doesn't affect me as much. So the idea of cleaning our bodies of toxins for health and beauty and wellness, yes. And it's also for peace and calm and joy and creativity. So the idea is when stuff comes up, when we've been poked or triggered or something's coming out, we get to say, okay, this doesn't feel so good. This sucks. This feels really bad. That person really disappointed me. I really wish he would call. I really wish that job would come through. I really wish that the landlord said yes, or whatever who we want to say yes to us or do something for us or something to happen. And if it doesn't happen, here are the ways I look at it. I look at it like it's some gift from the universe that I can't see. You know, when somebody behaves badly, then it's for me to see and shift in some way, either in my own self and what I'm telling myself, because it could be my own old baggage, or it means that perhaps I need to shift away from that person because it's not feeling so good to be in their energy field. Okay? So it doesn't mean that we can't love that person. It just might mean that we shift in the way that we relate to them. So that's one of the things that I do. And what helps me sometimes is talking about it. Sometimes I put my headphones in and I will call a dear friend, somebody who is really good at listening, you know, somebody who's good at just in their pure heart intention, you know that they want to help you, that they don't want you to stay in misery because they're not feeling good when you're in misery. Some people, because they're miserable, feel better when you're there because like misery loves company and you're on the same vibration. So if you choose somebody that meets you in that high place when you're feeling down, they can help you come back up, even just by holding space for you to do that, picturing you at your best, knowing that just because you're in a bad way doesn't mean that you're going to stay there forever. So pop the headphones in, blah, 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 talk about it, and then what I find myself doing after some words come out about whatever situation it is, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to move energy. I'm going to light a candle, a beeswax candle for negative ions for the air. I'm going to light a piece of incense that my friend gave me from India. I am going to cut my flowers so that they're fresh and the ones that were flopped over aren't there anymore and get rid of them. I am going to do my dishes, and I'm going to remove whatever objects that have gotten kind of placed in certain places that will feel better if they find their home. So as I'm talking, then I'm moving things and I'm freshening things and I'm starting the energy of moving the stuff that doesn't really belong to me out. That's what I do with moving energy, and it works. I really, clean out your refrigerator, chop some vegetables, cut an orange, get the peel of an orange and put it on your skin and get the citrus to uplift. Notice what it is that's bothering you, because if you have it'll turn into something. Like when you're sad, it could turn into being tired, and then that could feel depressed. And if you feel really tired, say, hey, I may be tired, yes, but I also might be sad about something. I also may have wished that something would happen and it didn't. And so I'll identify what that is and get up and do something that triggers happiness. Today, for me, it was doing the moving and the cleaning, and I cleaned out my cabinet. That's all my tonics. My tonic bar is over there, and I made myself a tonic, and then all of a sudden, sure enough, I'm like, I'll hop on my bike and go to the farmer's market, and that cheered me to no end, really. I smiled at somebody. They smiled back at me. I had a nice interaction. Do what you can to move it forward. Move the things, talk about it, find some produce, do something nice for yourself, make a tonic, and move the energy out, because when we feel a certain way, it's our emotional intelligence saying, hey, something might need to shift. It's a great sign that something needs to shift. We may have to sit in the discomfort until we know what it is, but eating this way and getting clean gets us our answers quicker. Like, it might be a day where you're like, I'm just uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable, and I know I'm uncomfortable, but it's because I know something needs to shift, yeah? And that answer will come because I know that I'm awake and clean enough and clear enough to hear the message. So it's the faith that the message is going to come. And today mine came, if you want to hear how, is watch my last Farmer's Market Find video. It came in the image and gift of this fabric, okay? So that's what I want to say about moving energy. Move some energy, move some stuff, get rid of some stuff, clean up, eat some greens, and I will see you guys really soon.